Good afternoon, everybody. How we all doing? It is Monday on the 22nd of November, and you know what that means. It's time for Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I hope you guys are having a great day. We are live. That's right, Monday through Friday, right here on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page. We're also on YouTube Live, so I hope you guys are joining. We are on the show Monday through Friday. 12 o'clock noon, a little lunchtime fun. And I hope you guys had an incredible weekend. We are brought to you by, first of all, I want to thank you all for tuning in every day, folks. I hope you had a great weekend because I know we did. Very excited about everything that happened this weekend for us. Every show is dedicated to the first responders. Remember that the doctors, the nurses, the policemen, the firemen, the teachers, the farmers, but most of all, it's dedicated to people like you. That's what makes the show go around, and we appreciate it very much. It's Monday, the 22nd. A couple more days is Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are getting ready, filling up your turkey, your fridge, or getting that shopping list ready so you guys can get all ready to have the family over. It's a good, I don't know, some people last year probably were afraid to have a big people over, even though we still had a small group during 2020. But, of course, this year we're going to have the family, about 19 at the house, so we're excited about that. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Right there to book a show. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. We are already booked into the month of April of 2022, so we are very excited about that stuff, folks. Remember, also, folks, time to thank one of our sponsors. Of course, we want to thank Eco Solar Solutions, where you always save more energy, and when you save more energy, you save more money. Call our buddy Caesar at 630-345-2964. Get those solar panels on your home. Tom Brady did it. You can get it too. Mention Tony O and get a special deal there, folks. So this is great. I want you all to share the page. Push the button right now. Share the page. Let everybody know about the show. And we have a great show for you today. My buddy Rick Lindy from Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones will be joining us very shortly. So without any further ado, you know what that means, folks. Let's start the show.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And now, your host, Mr. Tony Ocean.
Woo! Thank you, Nelson Santiago and the Expensive Winos. My God, my God. What a great day it is today, and I hope you guys are having a great time. Let's talk about another quick sponsor, folks. Don't forget Trico Hair Experts. Guys, I see it out there. Look, I used to wear the spray. I know what it's like. We're balding, we're thinning. You know, the vain thing is we want to figure it out. So listen, Trico Hair Experts does an incredible job. They're right out of Rosemont, Illinois. Call Anthony and Carmela at 773-999-7888. Recreating good hair days. Forget the comb over. Forget the hat. Forget the sprays, man. Give him a call. Tell him Tony O sent you, folks. Honey, can you resend that? Because we didn't get it. From my phone. Anyway, sorry about that, folks. We're trying to get Rick Lindy on here. So Trico Hair Experts. Give him a call. Doing great hair days over and over. Don Esteban Cigars, right in time for the holiday season. Get these hand-rolled cigars sent right to your home. You can get the Tony Ocean cigars or some cigars that you might like. It's perfect. 727-366-7536. Get them. Call Javier. They're right out of Tarpon Springs, Florida, and they bring those cigars right to you, ladies and gentlemen. So we're very excited about that. All right. A lot of other things to talk about, folks. First of all, I want to thank everybody that's been. This weekend was just full of a lot of great funds, folks, and we really do appreciate it very much. Friday night, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. So we want to say thank you to the Gulo International Sister Cities family, of course, for coming out. Giovanni, Maria, thank you, Cindy, and of course, Marianne Gulo for bringing the whole party there, 27 of them. Everybody that was involved in the Elk Grove Parade, the Sister Cities Parade, which we won the contest for Best Float. So it was like an appreciation to everybody that helped during the parade. So thank you so much for that. Anthony Batia, my good buddy from Blackjack, was in the house, and everybody showed up. Of course, Rhino Ryan did an incredible job. So thank you guys so much for that. Even my daughter Marissa and her boyfriend Nico and his mom and dad came to the show, and I met them for the first time at Chicago Prime on Friday. So it was a great, great, great show. And then Saturday night, we headlined, of course, the Club Arcata Speakeasy in St. Charles. What a madhouse. Woohoo! Talk about sold out. It was fantastic. And I want to wish happy birthday to Helen Tenuta, who came with Cheryl Riccio. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Of course, see Tom and cousin Tommy and Alessandro and everybody for showing up. That was great. Also, Danny and Robin, and of course, Pam and Dave. And the band was out of sight, man. Tony Toto, Danny Ramonde, Ryan O'Ryan, even Jerry Jams came to help us out. It was an incredible night. I just want to say, also want to thank Mike and Tracy from Good Clean Fun for stopping by. And they came up and sang some songs. It was a great day, like 3 parties there, and it was just a lot of fun. Yeah, so I want to say hello to everybody. Yeah, Halbert. Yeah, sad news. We'll talk about that. Carol, how you doing? Lori, hope you're doing well. Rosa, como stai? Franny, how you doing? Yeah, we're going to wait. We're waiting for Rick Lindy to hop on. Ron Stetta was on the show with us on Friday with his band called the String Shredders. A great group, man. It's like a guitar player, a violin player, and a singer. Google it. They were great. And they even did a song on the show if you didn't get a chance to see it. But the weekend was great. Davey Gage, hope you're doing good. Local 134 is watching. Hello, Local 134 and the General, Robert Provenzano. Thank you guys so much. It's just one good thing after another. Joanne, great seeing you. Hi, Yolanda. How you doing? Long time no see. And, of course, Kathy Ippolito, how you doing from Santa Barbara? I hope you guys are all getting ready for, of course, Thanksgiving. Ronnie, how you doing, pal? Felicia. Oh, we got Felicia and Rosa on. So how you go? Daryl Armenstad, the professor. Okay. Can't wait. So hopefully we get Rick Lindy on here, folks. We send him a link, and now they're working on getting him on the show because he's going to co-host with us. So we're going to like that. All right, a couple things. So also on Sunday, got to spend a good time with my buddy Dennis Quinn at his house to watch the football. Of course, the lousy Chicago Bears. I'm sorry for you Bears fans. Richie, what's up, buddy? Meatball is in the house. Hope you're doing well. Melissa, how you doing, honey? From my party princess out of Schaumburg. Hope to see you maybe this Wednesday at Rosario's right before Thanksgiving. Come in for a drink. Hope you guys are doing. Eric Todd, great seeing you, my good friend. Eric, I could have swear I seen you at the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, just in the jury. I thought that was you with the mask. I'm not quite sure, but I could swear it was you. I'm sure you got a lot of that shit on Facebook. Anyway, talking about, let's talk a couple things before we get some things involved over here. Now, don't forget now, coming up this week, Rosario's Black Wednesday with Ryan O'Ryan in Roselle. It's going to be a good time at Jeff Dubray. That's going to be this Wednesday. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And Saturday will be a Taverna on Division with Tony Toto and Ryan O'Ryan. That's going to be in Melrose Park. My good buddy, Greg. Danny, great seeing you, Danny and Robin, on Saturday at the Club Arcata Speakeasy, along with Dave and Pam. Thank you, guys. Airtight Windows is in the house. So since we got them watching, it's time to plug another commercial, folks. You always have time. Now, the winter is coming. Everything needs to be a little cozier. You might have some chill. You want to save some energy right here, folks. Airtight Windows, doing it right. They are siding specialists. They're family owned for the last 30 years. Now, for honesty and quality, do it right with Airtight. Right there, baby. Give them a call at 708-788-5000. Give Lou a call. Tell him Tony O sent you. Looks like I'm going to see Lou and the boys and Joey and everybody on Friday. They're coming out to Chicago Prime. So I'm very, very happy for that. All right. We are still trying to get Rick on. I said we send him a link. He said he couldn't get on. So hopefully we'll get him on. So it's funny now with this new program we have. We're getting people that can get on the show right away.
I'm doing it. Don't worry.
Oh, we're getting people show right on the way, or we get people who are having problems getting on the show. So I don't know if it's their whatchamacall. But anyway, let me give you some dates that are coming up, folks. It's very important. Now, Ocean's Rat Pack will be joining us, of course, at Donnie G's in Elmwood Park. Now, that's going to be on Wednesday, December 8th. Bill Saratella, Frank Sinatra, Elliot Winbush, and Sammy Davis.
Here he is.
Okay, good. We'll bring him on in a couple minutes. Thank you. And how do we get rid of that? And Donnie G's in Elmwood Park. It's a dinner show with Jerry Jams. It's going to be a great place. That's Wednesday, December 8th. Ocean's Rat Pack. Thank you, my love. On the 9th of December, we're making our debut at Positano's Italian restaurant in Oak Brook Terrace. Great place for Frank Sinatra birthday bash. It's going to be a lot of fun. On the 15th, we'll be at Tavern on the Point in Edison Park. Another great new club. Three stories, man. And we got one date a month booked there for almost a whole year. So very, very cool. On the 29th, will be God, this is crazy stuff. The 29th will be at Bellagio for my 59th birthday party with the main event band and a lot of special surprises. The 30th, a brand new place called Zaza's Cucina in Park Ridge will be there on the 30th. And just booked, just announced today, January 1st, Saturday night, folks, will be returning to my old stomping grounds, Docks in Wakanda, with Jeff Dubray, January 1st. So write that down. I haven't been to Docks since Mike, the old owner, died. So we haven't been there in a lot of years. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, New Year's Eve will be at Avanti Banquets, Fox River Grove, Rhino Ryan, and Daryl Armanstad, the professor. Also, Daryl will be with us also at the Donnie G's Speakeasy. Donnie G's in Elmwood Park. And he's going to be with me at the Speakeasy on the 19th of December, Rhino Nesty Speakeasy. A lot of dates coming up. Again, the new Dean Martin book is finally coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Our good friend Elliot Thorpe from England. His father was part of the Dean Martin Association back in the day. They are both very good friends. Well, his father, Bernard, passed away, but Elliot and Bernard were good friends with Dean Martin. The new book is called For the Good Times. It's on my page. Order it. It's going to be fantastic. There's also a whole page on yours truly in the book, talking about my feelings about Dean and playing Dean all those years with Oceans Rat Pack and the Chicago Rat Pack. So I'm excited about that stuff, folks. I really am. And what's most important also, folks, we're talking about Florida. Florida little mini tour starts. That's right. The Windy City Boys, my good buddy Greg Reaney and yours truly, will be kicking off the Florida tour on March 11th. We're going to be at the Venice Community Center. That's in Venice, Florida, starting on March 11th. March 12th and 13th will be at Joey D's in Marco Island. 2 shows there. Working on a couple more dates coming up. Largo, Florida, Sarasota, Florida, Naples, and Fort Myers. All going to be happening that week of March. So I'm excited to be back in Florida with a brand new show, the Windy City Boys, with my buddy Greg Reaney and yours truly. You know, last year, me and Greg, we were in Florida together. We tried out the show in Marco Island. We had 2 sold-out shows there. So it's going to be a lot of fun to be back out there again. And people have been asking, of course, asking about the Las Vegas information. You've been hearing it from certain people. We are in talks with Caesar's Palace. Remember, Caesar's Palace has a lot of different locations besides Las Vegas. So we are working on some stuff, meeting with some people. Keep your fingers crossed. Ocean will be back in Las Vegas. Now, we were there in 2000 at the Riviera, and it's going to be really cool. We're excited. Can't wait to see you too, Kathy. Hope you're doing well. Give my best to Greg. Robert Provenzano, he's ready for the Rat Pack. We're ready for the Rat Pack. And let's see. What do we got? Let's bring in our co-host. If we can get him on here, let's see. It's Mr. Rick Lindy from the Wild Ones. What's up, Ricky?
How you doing there, Tony? Should I call you Tony or Mo? I never know which one.
Whatever you want, pal. You've known me long enough. You know me long enough, pal. I got Rick on the show, folks. Now, we all know Rick. We know about his history. We know about a great band that he has, the Wild Ones, plus his acoustic stuff he does, his duo shows, and whether it's Johnny Cash, whether it's Elvis, whether it's rockabilly, whatever else he's doing, Roy Orbison, he does an incredible job. And I had I had Rick on the phone, on the show a couple months back, and we talked about what's going on with him. And we're going to do a little bit of that today, but we're also going to have Rick co-host the whole show with me for the whole hour. So we're excited.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. Buddy? It's good to be back. Always love talking to you, Mo. And it just seems like some of the same people come out to see us, but also we have different people too, which is great. And you know, I always tell people to go out and see you. Yeah, many don't know that I was actually in your band for a little while.
That's right.
Mainly because of Phil Vaughn. Your former
Phil Vaughn was a girlfriend of my
manager, our good buddy.
Friend. Yeah, we lost him a couple years back. A very sad day. But Rick, I'm glad you're on the show, buddy. I know you're busy doing your stuff besides your recording and CDs and just putting your shows together and always giving the audience 110%, my brother, because I know what that means to you. You're performing and like me in general too. Music is what we have. And how many times, Rick, during the week, or someone will see you and say, "Oh, Rick, this band is great. Your show is great. What else do you do?"
Oh, I've heard that a lot. They don't realize that behind the scenes, there's a lot of planning, not only scheduling musicians, which I definitely am busy doing that, having so many different guys that I'm very thankful to have working with me, but also just planning all the shows, trying to promote all the shows, trying to get the audiences to continue to come out. Nowadays people have 75-inch TV screens and sometimes just don't want to leave the comfort of their own home. But
they don't want to
God
leave
bless
their
all
homes.
the ones that come out and continue to support live music. And how many friends have you made over the years? You and I have both been doing this for decades, and without all the cool people we've met over the years, not only the musicians, the club owners, all the fans, but people that actually have become our friends, romances that have evolved in marriages from people meeting at our shows.
Sure.
Which is a cool thing too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic, Rick. And just like you said, we've been very fortunate. Look, I've just announced, look, I'm booked into April already of 2022 with trips to Florida, Las Vegas, and Mississippi. So I'm
Cool.
just excited, but it's important, like you said, the people that come out to see us. A lot of places that me and Rick play at, and you guys know yourself, they're not cheap joints to go to. When you're drinking some of these, it's fine dining places. And I see people that come out on a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday. And we are so loyal to you people that you guys just don't realize. And I've made some very cool, close friends. Besides working, before, you'd see them at your shows. And then when I made this podcast and the show, and we were like locked up, and I became so much great friends with some people that I just knew as acquaintances, and we became great friends. But you're right, weddings and people have met and fell in love. I know guys who met and, with their gumas. So, it's like, good things can happen, bad things can happen, but it's all fantastic. Rick, I know you got a big show coming up December 4th, Speakeasy Christmas show by our good friend, Ron Onest. We're excited. My buddy, our good friend, Ron Sherbert, he said he's looking forward to seeing you there. So that's going to be a lot of fun, folks. We have Rick Lindy from the Wild Ones on, Ocean's Pit, and we're going to talk about a couple of things here. He's going to be part of my co-host. So let's start off real fast if we can. The Bears. The Bears lose, of course. I've never been a Bears fan because I'm wearing my Giants thing. My Giants ain't doing any better. I don't know, Rick, if you follow football. I like it. The kids like it. We like watching it. The Bears were like,
I played ball for 4 years, 4 on the Bloomingdale Bears, 1 on Lake Park High School. And I got interested in doing theater and plays and things, and didn't follow it quite as much. These days I have my son by marriage has been on the Geneva Vikings, which was very exciting to see him being a starting player in the same position I played, defensive tackle and guard, offensive guard and tackle, which was cool to see. I'll be honest, I haven't really turned on a hell of a lot of TV this year. I'm somebody that, as you know, we both get into the model making stuff and
sure,
not doing it, but I certainly love the idea of football. And, of course, the Chicago Bears, the last time I really watched a full game, I hate to admit it, was when they were in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right, exactly. And the problem, like we always, Rick, you're right. The problem with the Chicago Bears, like I said, they're never going to be a good team until they get rid of McCaskey, the owner. They put this Justin Fields guy who's a franchise quarterback. They're going to get this guy killed. They're going to get him killed. He's already been hurt. They pulled him out. They bring in Andy Dalton in. They did. They scored. Looks like they were going to win the game. But the Bears always do that. Think they're going to win. And, of course, the Ravens came back. And they didn't even have Lamar Jackson, their best starting quarterback. They had a bunch of guys out, and they still came back to win that game. So, I'm sorry, but they're getting booed as they're walking off the field.
Wow.
So, Nagy's got to go.
It's a shame because I really feel that every player, it's just like a musician, you know. I mean, I believe everybody gives their all. I don't think there's anybody that's on the Chicago Bears that says, hey, I really want to suck today. You know, I think everybody's working hard. People do not see the dedication that it takes for a professional football player to train to even be doing that for a living. Yes, they get lots of money. But just seeing my son Christian that what they make the kids do nowadays compared to when I was in, you know, training for the kids. They're doing all day practices that are very time consuming, and I admire the dedication. I mean, it's kind of like in some ways what we do to prepare for our shows. In a lot of ways, people don't see all that behind the scenes stuff. But as far as, you know, I think one of the things that I almost hate to talk about it because, you know, it brings up controversy, but, you know, all the stuff that happened with the kneeling to the flag and all that, that's turned off a lot of people to the pros because, you know, old school guys like you and me, we get that people need, you know, people need equal rights. People need to treat everyone equally and be kind to all of ours. That's what our religion, you know, being a Christian and Catholic and Lutheran and everything means. But it doesn't mean forgetting about, this is me just talking, all the great men and women that sacrificed their life to make our country what it is. Right. And it's, to me, it's not a good thing. And that's one of the things that's turned a little bit about it.
Well, yeah, and, I agree with you on that, Rick. I completely do. But the point is, on that end, when you're talking about the team itself, they don't do anything to try to make the team any better. See, if we have a problem, we try to fix it. We are controlled to fix it. You know, but McCaskey, these people have all this money. All the other teams spend money.
Even the dogs agree, right?
They spend money to try to make the team better. But the Bears won't do that, and that's just what it is. They just won't do that. So, you know, it's down on themselves. But it is what it is. We'll see. They're going to play the Lions this Thursday for Thanksgiving, so that should be interesting. Let's talk about another little topic, Rick, if we can. Before we get into this topic, it's going to be a little long on this one because I know we're going to talk really highly about this situation. Let me take care of real fast another quick sponsor if we can. Of course, you're watching Ocean's Pit, the little show, Big Things, ladies and gentlemen, with my good buddy Rick Lindy from the Wild Ones. Hey, construction and diesel industry right there on the bottom of the screen. Deutz Power Center. They're out of Elgin, Illinois, servicing the area, the construction and diesel area for the last 100 years. Call Sal at 224-276-6550. Tell them Tony O sent you, folks. And then, of course, now that the holidays are coming, ladies and gentlemen, I got an offer you can't refuse. SteakSyndicate.com. You want these steaks delivered right to your home. Steaks, chicken, turkey, fish, hot dogs, delivered to your home. Just like the stuff you'd buy at those fancy restaurants that you go out. You join the Corleone Club. You join SteakSyndicate.com. You go right into there. Steak guy John Seriani put this together. Go to SteakSyndicate.com. Promo code Tony Ocean. You get 25% off the membership fee, and you get one free tomahawk steak right to your house. This stuff is sent to your home. Perfect gift giving. That's SteakSyndicate.com. Check it out. It'll be good. Rick Lindy with us on, ladies and gentlemen, here at Ocean's Pit from the Wild One. My little a subject that we have. Okay, hold on. Did we freeze?
I can see it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it looks like we're frozen and the screen
Oh,
is
weird.
frozen.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know.
So
I didn't
I
do
don't know. We'll
anything
see what
differently.
happens
I'm
here.
just-
Hey, hon, are we frozen? Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's talk. Let's get rid of some. I want to announce some of these birthdays we have, and then we will be able to continue. Here we are. There we are. Okay. Let me just get this back here so I have the. It still didn't work. Okay. Anyway, we got some birthdays out there. So let's start off real fast from the Chicago Blackhawks. Patrick Kane celebrates a birthday this past weekend. Rick Cicito, one of our very good friends. Of course, the Elvis impersonator celebrates a birthday. Rick Cicito. We also have Ali Bowles from the Temptations, a good friend of ours, the New Temptations, a review that's out there. He celebrates. I don't know what's going on with the screen here. I just can't get my name back up. It still says Steak Syndicate. Anyway, Joe Walsh, great guitar player originally from the James Gang, and then, of course, with the Eagles. Happy birthday, Joe Walsh. Sid Luckman, probably the best thing the Bears ever had, quarterback they ever had. Died, of course, in 1998. One of the best quarterbacks ever in Bears history. Let's see. Let me see if I can see some chats. I can't see anything here. So here you go. Rick is here. All right.
You can see me, right?
Yeah, it's okay now. We see you now. It's just audio is perfect. Okay, good. What else
One
we
thing
got
I'm
here?
having a
Harold
little
Ramis.
trouble with is the volume. It's so low. I can't seem to get it.
I hear you fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Harold Ramis, birthday, of course, great movie director who produced the Ghostbusters and many more great movies, celebrates a birthday. How about my good buddy Josh Olson from Chicago Prime Steakhouse? His lovely wife, Claudia, celebrates a birthday this past weekend. Happy birthday. Do you know, Rick, that Rodney Dangerfield just turned 100 years old today? 100 years old. He would have been alive. The great Rodney Dangerfield celebrates a birthday.
Harold Ramis has passed away, too. I don't know if you knew that, but
yeah, he did pass away, too. You're right. Michael Strahan, formerly, now we're gone completely. There's Rick again. Here we go. We're back again.
I could see you.
Yeah, I couldn't see you either, buddy. All right. So what else we got? Mike Strahan from the New York Giants, one of the great ball players there with the New York Giants. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Mike Strahan. How about let's forget about the birthdays. Let's get some topics going right now. Let's talk about the great Kyle Rittenhouse, folks. Not guilty. I've heard you hear about it, Rick, I'm sure.
Absolutely. My wife was glued to the any trial information. Obviously another controversial issue, but I'm not sure what your feelings are on that, but I'm sure we can talk about that too.
Yeah, I feel exactly like you. Well, I don't know how exactly you feel. It's called not guilty. It's called protecting. It's called self-defense. I think they did the right thing. And I think President Joe Biden should apologize for calling him a white supremacist.
I think that's probably something that will probably never happen, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, sometimes, especially, the person in charge of our country should try their best to stay out of that type of topic, I think. This all goes back to, I was telling my wife, I said, the country was based on the right to bear arms and defending yourself. I really don't know what the situation was 100%. I'll be honest. I know that there was some kind of a protest going on. I heard that his family's property was in danger, and that was one of the reasons that he showed up. If I was going to give advice to my kids, I probably would say, don't show up anywhere with a gun, because, it's like that old Johnny Cash song, don't take your guns to town when you're a young kid, because you could either end up dying or a bad situation happening. However, I definitely am somebody that feels that it's okay to bear arms in the right situation and self-defense. I've always been somebody that did my very best to be a peaceful person, but when put in the situation to have to defend yourself, and nowadays it seems like it's the only way to go, especially you and I, Mo. If you play downtown, you're coming downtown and you're walking out of a place and have to go to your parking garage, you could encounter some danger. Now, the unfortunate part of it is nowadays is, let's say there's 3 people that are criminals that stop you and I about to get in the car. Let's say we had a gun, they had a weapon, we pulled it first, we got them. There's going to be controversy, especially if it's a person of a different nationality or color or what have you. The racial thing comes into play. It's not always, something you think about when your life's at stake.
Yeah.
And I really don't know what Kyle was experiencing 100%, but I heard from various medias that he was basically being chased with weapons and hit with skateboards and all type of things.
Yeah.
So one doesn't really know what they're going to be doing in that type of situation. Of course, he did have a semi-automatic weapon with him. So, I can't see Mo and Rick Lindy going to a place with a semi-automatic rifle. But you never know. I mean,
no, you're right.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the situation is. And it was such an odd year, 2020, that brought about a lot of things that I was hoping would never happen in this nation again. I kind of just was hoping that everybody, no one can help what they're born, no, everyone embraces their nationality and has some kind of pride to it. Because after all, we're all, creatures of God. We're all sons and brothers and daughters and everything through God. At least that's what I believe.
Yeah.
And, it's too bad it has to come down to this. Now, I know it wasn't really a racial thing.
Correct. It was
Kyle.
right.
Now, so I'm not sure why he was labeled as a white supremacist, because I don't think it was a racial thing unless it was a BLM
Right.
type of event. I don't really know, to be honest.
Well, I
You
agree
can
with
tell
you,
me
Rick.
if you know.
Yeah. Right. You're looking at the videos and stuff. And Helen Tenuto's watching. How you doing, hon? Happy birthday. Great seeing you on Saturday, honey. If you look at the videos, it clearly shows self-defense of what this guy went through. And, I don't know. Say they're coming to your house. Now, you think it's just happening downtown. You're right. We're going to parking garages. We're doing gigs like that. But they're hitting the city. They're coming into the suburbs now.
I know. Yeah.
They're just not afraid, Rick. They're not afraid anymore of what happens, because the cops, the police officers, unfortunately, their hands are tied. So these people are just getting away with whatever they want to do. And the cops are just letting them go. And I don't blame them. I mean, what is a cop supposed to do? They keep holding they can't do anything anymore just because of a couple bad seeds in the police department. Everybody had to suffer. I mean, there's bad seeds we know in every line of work.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's just horrible. And now this guy's going to go free. And
I heard he gets a lot of death threats every day, according to his mother.
Yeah.
It's sad. I mean, nobody should be threatening anyone's life at all. Yes, I know that unfortunately 2 people ended up dead in that situation and another one wounded. It's something that it's a very sad thing for this kid. He was 17 when this happened.
Yeah.
So I don't think I ever had such a serious thing happen in my life.
Think about this, Rick.
I was 17. What's that?
At the age of, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying at the age of 18, I was still in high school at the time. I graduated when I was 17, but I think I was more interested in what I was going to be doing after high school. And of course, interested in music and art and everything else that I've continued to do. But I don't think any of us really know what it's like to be in
you're
such
right.
a situation. Obviously, the kid was emotional. He cried. He got made fun of in a lot of things that I've seen. But hey, how would you be if you were put in that situation?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how it would be, Rick. You're absolutely right. But this guy, what is he going to do now? Could he find a job now? Can he go out and get a job with everybody hounding this guy? Can he live a normal life now after the president of the United States called him what he did?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
he can never get a state job. Can he get a city job? I mean, this life, he's going to have to move out of Antioch or out of Wisconsin, wherever.
Yeah. Well, I heard that he was going to go to Arizona State College, but you think he's going to have an easy time there now that everybody knows where he's going to go?
Absolutely.
You know, if it were me, I probably would change my name and move
somewhere else
and try to get yourself off of ground search so people can find you.
Right.
It's a dangerous world we live in. It's you know, I embrace social media for the right reason, like you do, but some people, they're in finding trouble where they can, and there's always been the Mrs. Kravitzes of the world that get involved with too many other people's business, and then you cross that with somebody that's like the guy that in Texas was in a clock tower shooting at people in the late 60s.
Right.
You remember that?
Sure.
You get someone that's kind of a best of both worlds, a Mrs. Kravitz and a clock tower assassin, and you've got a big problem. And
you're right.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's got if some people that are listening who don't know Mrs. Kravitz, of course, she was the neighbor of Bewitched, remember? And she'd be peeking to the window, knowing everybody's business. And
I just assume everybody knows, but
yeah, right, exactly.
Everybody's got a nosy neighbor. Come on, I mean,
nosy neighbor.
We got a lot of comments. Minding your own business, and someone's calling the police because you have a bonfire going. I mean, there's always there's somebody, or you're playing music on your driveway during the pandemic, and someone makes a phone call bitching about it.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of comments were coming in. Let's see. Yeah, he is moving to another city. There's some, like you said, he's going to go to school in Arizona. Karen Kakinski, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sorry, Karen. But anyway, Frankfurt is getting hit by a lot of city thugs. Now, Frankfurt, I think, is on the south side of Chicago. And, right now, like I said, it's crazy. I don't know. My kids are older now, but we still worry when they go out. We still got them on tracking on the phone where they're at. Make sure they check in with us. Yes, they're over 20, 20, 23, but 24 years old, some 25, 26. But you know what? The point is, they're still our children, and we don't know. But even as an individual, not even forget the kids. Just like you said, Rick, it could be me, you. Could be our wives. Could be my wife, Laura. You're worth caring. It could be anybody now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I live in the Fox Valley, and I was going to say last winter, my wife's a respiratory therapist and nurses nights a lot of times. And, I live across from a place that has no light at all because it's like a nature center and a golf course and that. So all of a sudden I see a bright light coming in my window, and my dogs are going nuts. And that's where my beautiful St. Bernard was still alive. I lost her this year, but she was going crazy. And my golden retriever, now I've got a German Shepherd. But what I was going to say is all of a sudden I see a spotlight driveway, and a police officer's walking up my path, and it's 2:00 in the morning on a weeknight in the wintertime. So I opened up the door. I said, "What's going on, officer?" He says, 5 armed guys were in your driveway with masks on. I said, "They were?" He says, "Yeah." And he goes, you leave your remote control in the car?" I said, "No." He goes, "Because they popped your car in." And I said, "No, I don't leave my remotes in there." And that's because some of my music equipment's in there, and they didn't take any of that. But they fingerprinted the cars the next day. Things can happen. Thank God I have the dogs. I think that was a deterrent. But, hey, I've got a FOID card. I've got, some registered weapons and stuff. All you have to almost nowadays.
I think so, Rick. You're to protect yourself. Richard Hamlin,
Yep.
a good friend of ours, says, hey, he should sue the president of the media for defamation of character and then auction off the rifle for the highest bidder for the extra money.
I can see that being
you got to love Richard. He's the best, man. I'm telling you. You're watching Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things with our guest, Rick Lindy from the Wild Ones. Hey, time for one more commercial here, folks. A little sponsor, of course. You're talking about Portillo's fundraisers, folks. Everybody loves Portillo's. Our son Joe, of course, in charge of marketing department right now. He's in Madison, West Madison, opening up another Portillo's, of course. But here, if you have a fundraiser, folks, you're looking to make money for your church group, your social group, your family, or whatever, your baseball team, whatever you've got, football team, Portillo's can do that fundraiser for you, folks. That's right. They'll bring the food to your event. Looks like we just lost Rick Lindy here. Anyway, it brings the food to your event, and anything they sell over $200, they get 20. I'm gonna try to bring them back on again. They get 20. Okay, after they make sales of $200, they get 20% of all proceeds. So, interested? Some people have already called our son Joe. So, give Joe a call at 224-636-3646 or jfank@portillos.com. Perfect cause, a lot of fun. Rick Lindy from the Wild Ones are here, ladies and gentlemen, talking to us. This great stuff that you're doing, Rick. Talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm going to go to another topic that's going to be coming out now. This is the next big trial, of course, of that woman Maxwell. She was the assistant, of course, to Epstein on that pedophile island with that big giant trial.
Yeah.
Epstein, of course, was killed or he died in prison, killed in prison. Now, this Maxwell, when she got arrested, she says she has video copies of every sexual thing that went down with these young kids. And everybody, Hollywood and the Washington, D.C. and the government now, they are all freaking out because who is in this video?
Wow.
Who went to that island?
Wow. Have you seen the documentaries that are on like Netflix on that?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. I mean, God, who would ever think that such a thing would exist, and let alone have celebrities? You've seen the flight list. We have to question, is it for sure? Is it real? I mean, I don't know. But if it is, some of our favorite actors were on that list,
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is on that list. Him and his wife moved to Greece. Supposedly because you can't get arrested for that in Greece. Now, this is what we're hearing, but they're already now citizens of Greece.
I remember seeing that. And, hey, who didn't like Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan, Forrest Gump, everything that he's been in, Castaway. I guess he's a castaway in Greece now. I don't know. I'm sure you feel the same way that there is, especially being a father, there's nothing lower on this face of the earth than taking advantage of a child in any way, shape, or form, but especially sexually. If that was going on, it sounds like it was for sure with Epstein. And I guess Bill Clinton was even on that island. And
no kidding. Oh,
a few others.
That's
pictures of him, which, doesn't seem too surprising.
No, but Rick, you're right. The thing about it is she's got videos supposedly of everybody. She's got every log, every video. Obviously, they're going to wait till whatever happens to her. And then after she's convicted, then they're probably going to go after everybody. I'm surprised with the power that Hollywood has. Like you heard the story about Alec Baldwin with the gun. Supposedly the girl that he shot, the lady that he shot was making a documentary doing research on sex trafficking in Hollywood.
I wish they would just concentrate on making some good movies again.
Bingo.
When the hell's the last time you've seen anything really that worthwhile to see, especially the last couple of years? They keep putting them on Vudu and these other channels now. Watch this for $30 and you spend the money because you can't go to the movie theaters in 90% of the locations anymore. And it ends up being like this awful, lousy film that, they're getting paid millions of dollars for. When I saw The Revenant with DiCaprio, I thought that was a super cool movie.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
I've seen that one. He did an incredible job in that. You know what? I got a lot of respect for him. Yes.
I don't think I've seen a movie like that since that time frame, which was 2014?
I think 2014, maybe 15, early 15, yeah.
Yeah. So, I remember I was in my old house at the time when I went to see it. And, my wife and I used to enjoy going to see some new release films. But, heck, now what we do is we watch movies from the 30s and 40s to try to escape from, a lot of the pandemonium that's happened in the recent last year or two,
Yeah, it just doesn't. Nothing shocks me anymore. There's no shock anymore, Rick. That one time back when we were growing up, you heard about something, it was a shock. Now it's like nothing. It's like daily news. It's like telling the weather right now. Well, today's weather's going to be 80, and George whatchamacallit from Winnetka just killed his 3 babies, then drowned them or left them in. It just makes no sense to me. And then this is on CNN, Rick. President Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen, he gives a pardon. He gave a Thanksgiving turkey's pardon this year.
Really?
Now this
pardon to what?
It's a joke, but this is how they're spending. This is headline news. You have nothing else to worry about and nothing else to help our country and put stupid stuff like this. I just don't get it.
No, I try my best to stay off the topic of politics, but while we're there, it would be nice to have someone that really just cares about Americans and not somebody that only cares about, which party they're representing.
Yes.
And that's kind of what the presidents of the past, at least I always thought, did. Some of the really great ones, overall, the better interests of the citizens of the United States. And just like our forefathers, our relatives that came to this country, what's wrong with having to just do it the right way? Come take the.
You're right. Rick, yeah, I agree with you 100%. The thing that gets me, I know people don't want to talk about politics, but I want to say if you're going to do something, let it be fair. Because when we had our last president, if this guy took a shit wrong, it was all over the news. Everything they were tackling this guy, everything he did wrong. From the minute he became president of the United States. Now, this new guy comes in, whether you're Democrat or Republican, it's not a political thing. They're not doing anything to him. Nothing.
Right.
That's what drives me crazy. If me and you were on trial, or me and you want to say, here's the Tony Ocean show, here's the Rick Lindy show, here's this, here's that. Fine. It's down the line. It's fair. Here's what it is. But with the media right now, they're so one-sided because they're run by the presidency. So how can that be fair? It doesn't make sense to me. And the people that don't say nothing about it, I don't know. They're not pissed off. They're not wondering what the hell is going on with our country.
I think the problem is there's so many citizens that are willing to, live their lives from day to day, sweep things under the carpet, and you just keep moving along, and they're only worried about their own little world. But what they don't realize is that unless the right person's in the White House, that all the beautiful things about America that we're so blessed to have are definitely at risk. And people don't think about that. Now, unfortunately, I haven't really seen any speeches or anything profoundly illustrating from Joe Biden yet that he's really aware of a lot of things that, to be able to even be in the seat that he's in. I'm just being honest, just because they haven't.
Well, the way you're saying it, Rick, is exactly. It's the same thing. I agree with you 100%. I'm afraid of, maybe not so much of me, but our children and their grandchildren. That's what really scares the shit out of us. We're going to do our thing. I'm going to be 59 this year. I don't know how old you are, but we're going to do our thing. We're going to do our thing. What about our kids? What about the future? That's scary.
No, it is. And, I send my daughter to a private school because I'm concerned of some of the things that I've seen happen in public schools, because my 3 kids by marriage are in those public schools is fine.
Okay.
It is. And believe me, the taxes are certainly high.
Sure.
That should be most excellent. But, I really want my daughter to be under the umbrella of what I believe in, and that's, a Christian umbrella, and to try to treat people the right way. I don't know if you saw the other day, I posted my daughter drew a picture of her and her best friend from school. And it was cute to see. Her best friend is a child of color, and they just love each other, and I see that every day, and that's what I wish could happen. And that's why I love music and the arts that we do, because so many people from many different avenues can join together and watch and see a show and just sit there and just love it and be enthralled with it and escape from some of the stuff. You turn on the media now, and there's so much segregation going on, trying to make people fight and be divided. That's what is sad. And that's totally the opposition of what the United States is supposed to be, isn't it? I don't know. At least that's what I...
Rick, you hit it right on the spot, buddy. You know what? I don't think it's Democrat against Republican at all. It's America or the free against communism.
Yeah.
That's what's scaring me. That's what scares me. When they tell you have to do this, even the drug cartels, the drug is there, but they're not telling you to go take it. They're not telling you to go buy weed. They're not telling you to go buy blow, whatever the hell you're going to do. They're there.
Yeah.
It's like a store you go into. That's the thing that scares me. It's not really so much the Democrat, Republican, who's this and who's that. I don't want it to think that. But I do believe that our freedom is going away. And that, look, they just made it. Rick, we talk about, I know we've talked about this off the show, when they're coming up with this, when the Ed Jemima took her off the bottle and baby, it's cold outside. We couldn't hear her no more. They just said now that you can't call, I mentioned this on Friday's show. You can't call a snowman anymore. Now it's got to be snow people. That's what I'm talking about. What?
Wow.
I wish we could be, Rick, I wish we could be in that group that gets paid to come up with these decisions. You know what I mean?
I think, you know what? There's so much little piddly stuff that people are worried about, like that kind of stuff. I mean, I'll be honest, I grew up with what Aunt Jemima pancakes and Mrs. Butterworth. I never really
Mrs. Butterworth,
because Aunt Jemima back in our day had a handkerchief on her head or whatever. I never really related that to slavery. I just thought,
I didn't know either. Right? I thought, she was just a cook. All right.
And just enjoyed the pancakes. I mean, or Uncle Ben. I never looked at Uncle Ben thinking that he seem like it was anything to do with slavery, but
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, and they take this stuff that we grew up with, our childhood. Ernie and Bert, they say we're queer. Who gives a shit? They're puppets, number one. And they have to have a group to say that you got to stop watching these two characters, beloved characters, just because somebody, I mean, who sicks this stuff? Hey, well, we are here at Ocean's Pit with my good pal Rick Lindy from the Wild Ones. What a great entertainer. A couple things here real quick. Where's an entertainer that we both love very much? I know I do. I think you do too. The great singer-songwriter Chris Christopherson.
yes.
Wrote so many great songs. Listen to this, Rick. He just got awarded on the Apple Music 50 million plays.
Wow.
50 million plays. And if you think about it, a lot of people might not even know Chris Christopherson. They may think more of him an actor as they do a singer-songwriter.
Star is Born.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Star is Born, right, exactly.
Right.
But imagine that, Rick, if we got one of our CDs, 50 million plays, and it wasn't our family buying them every day.
Can I tell you a little background about Chris? Maybe some people don't know, but Chris wanted to be, he's a very brilliant person, by the way. He's got a very high IQ. He came from a military family, and he excelled in school, was kind of a genius, if you will, scholastically. And he became a janitor at Columbia Records for one reason and one reason only, is to meet Johnny Cash so he could present some tunes that he wrote for Johnny Cash, one of them being Sunday Morning Coming Down.
Sunday Morning, yeah, what a great song. Great song.
Wasn't able to get his attention. He gave him stuff in the hallway, this and that. So he actually rented a helicopter to land in Johnny Cash's yard for Johnny Cash to listen. I always thought, can you imagine what Chris Christopherson would do if Rick Lindy and Tony Ocean decided to land in the yard in a helicopter?
Knock on his door? Yeah, right.
We could be on
Especially these days, he'd have a gun at the door. Get away from my house. You know what I mean?
Well, now I think, unfortunately, the copter might be shot down. I don't know. It's,
Oh, Rick, man, I'm gonna tell you something, Rick. Not many people maybe know your personal side. I've known you for a long time, man. You're a Christian guy, a family man. You love what you do. It's in your heart, and it shows. Even when you have a conversation, even when you're playing, you put everything into it. Very good.
Thank you,
one, my brother. I'm very proud to call you my friend and what you do, and I'm glad that you still make music and still got to go out there pounding each other's faces. It's important. But we got a couple more. We got about 2 minutes left. But before that, hold on. It's time for one more quick and last sponsor, folks. Of course, we can't end the show, of course, without Patriot Funding Incorporated. They're right out of Roselle, Illinois, folks. And Dave Antonelli is a great guy. He got a lot of good stuff. He posts a lot of good stuff, folks. All unsecured credit lines. That's Patriot Funding Incorporated. Let's talk about what he can do here. He also does personal credit cards, programming highlights up to $150,000 in funding, 0 interest in the first 6 to 12 months, excellent balance transfer options. Requirement, 700 plus FICO. So there's a lot of stuff they do. Even FICO, even that $10,000 in 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Patriot Funding Incorporated. Give Dave a call, 630-675-4730. Don't forget, folks, the website this Wednesday will be at Rosario's in Roselle for Black Wednesday with Ryan O'Ryan. And, of course, we are going to be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse this Friday and Saturday, of course, at Taverna on Division in Melrose Park. Rick Lindy from the Wild Ones. Rick, real fast, look at this. And I don't know if you all remember Gene and Jude's hot dogs.
Sure.
Of course, everybody loves the Gene and Jude's. No ketchup, right, guys? Get this. Now, they've been in business since 1946, and now, are you guys shitting down? Gene and Jude's takes credit cards.
Are you serious?
Wow.
Gene and Jude's takes credit cards, Rick. What else is going on now? What else can be More damage than that.
Have you ever been to Halakahiki down the street, the Hawaiian place?
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty
Many
cool
times.
too.
That's very
Down
cool.
the street from Gene and
they give
Jude's.
remember they give you the bowl of pretzels.
Yeah, I always thought, they would do a hell of a lot better if they had something more than just pretzels there. But
Hey, Rick, remember the Kona Kai?
yes,
Well, remember they had food. That was a whole blown Hawaiian restaurant. They had food as well. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, they're taking credit card. The best, Karen says the best fries are on top. Yes, Peter Prado, great seeing you. Santa Barbara watching. Kathy, we have Florida, we have Wisconsin, we have New Jersey, New York today. Hey, Eric Todd, how you doing, buddy? I just love having you on the show, Rick. I really do. And we are
thank you.
over our time, but I got to leave you with a funny joke, brother. Two quotes. Very good. This isn't a joke. This is a quote. You will never be criticized by someone who's doing more than you. You'll only be criticized by someone who's doing less. Remember that. And that was a quote by the great actor Denzel Washington.
It sounds
Makes
true.
a lot of sense, right, Rick?
It's true. I was going to say that before I leave here, I wanted to say thank you for inviting me on here. And
my pleasure, brother.
People don't realize maybe that, that behind the scenes that, both of us have a lot of respect for each other, that, there's been friendship, even though both of us are busy. It would be cool to be able to hang out sometime. Seems like we only do when we're performing at the same gig like we did at the Devereaux party this year.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was fun.
It was hot, but it was fun.
It was hot, but it was fun.
I wanted to say, for anybody that's interested, the wildonesband.net, and, I got a couple friend slots on Facebook left, and I only say that because every once in a while I'm at 5,000, and all of a sudden I lose a couple friends. Maybe somebody might not like what I said today on the show. Who knows?
I'm the same way, Ricky. Same way.
But I always love to have conversations with people that are interested in coming to see the band. Thank you so much to all the friends and fans out there that come to see Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones and the Tony Ocean Show. Keep doing it. I'm sure Tony will agree here that the pandemic kind of gave us more humbling when we're given so much love and affection from our fans and friends that come and see our show and support it. Because, both of us were able to survive that. And a lot of people were thinking, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do now? And I think both you and I were always just going to keep doing the same thing, right, whether we had to do it in our driveway or a parking lot or somewhere else,
Yeah, we did talk during the pandemic off and on about certain things and stuff. And you know what? We kept going, Rick, with our live streams. And I started this show because of with the pandemic. So a lot of good came out of that. A lot of people got closer, like we said, not only musicians, but friends and people. And I'm so grateful for that. You're watching Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Unfortunately, we are out of time. I want to wish Rick Lindy a happy Thanksgiving to your fans and friends and family, my friend.
You too.
And thank you for joining the show. A little joke to laugh. This divorce judge says, Mr. Clark, I reviewed your case carefully, and I decided I'm going to give your wife $750 a week. And the man, of course, said, well, thank you, Your Honor. And every now and then I'll throw her a couple bucks as well. So anyway, it's a funny joke. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. First of all, thank you to my good pal, Mr. Rick Lindy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for watching.
Ocean and company.
Happy, don't forget, Wednesday, Rosario's, Friday, Chicago Prime, Saturday, Taverna. And remember, folks, I'm going to have my wife on Wednesday along. We got Leo Roth is going to be our guest from Hillbilly Rockstars on Wednesday. And, of course, my lovely wife will be co-hosting half the show with me because I know she's going to be in there just to say hi to everybody because she has to prepare for Thanksgiving dinner. But anyway, thank you guys so much. In the great words of Sir Ringo Starr, peace and love. Peace and love. Be kind to everybody, guys. Try to. And remember, we are in the greatest country in the world. We might not all just agree on a lot of things, but thank God we still have our opinion that we can give. Let's hope we can never stop that. keep thinking and keep trying to do the best. Support live establishments, support local entertainment. Thank you so much. I hope you guys had a great week. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Rick, thank you so much. And guys, it's time to tip us
wanted
off.
to say hi.
Oh, hi. Look at that. Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
There's my daughter Samantha says hi.
Hi, Samantha. Happy
Say hi to
Thanksgiving,
Tony Ocean.
Samantha. Bye-bye. Hey,
All
Nick
right, thanks for
Sahaji,
having
the
us on the
piano
show.
man. Thank you, guys. Hey, Nick
Appreciate it.
Sahaji.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there and to you and your family, Tony. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. I love you. Give my best to everybody. Nick
Love to
Sahaji,
you
the
too.
piano
Take
man.
care, man.
You got it. Is going to take us out.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Have a great day.